your past is your past for a reason. What's good? We made it through another week. Thank you for tuning in today. We're going to get right into it. Leave the past in the past. I know you want to look back. I know you want to break that promise you made to yourself for the millionth time. Don't do it because it's not worth it. You looking back means you're taking your eyes off of what's in front of you. If you're driving a car and you look back, who's really driving the car right now? You know? Yeah, your hands are on the wheel, but the wheel starts turning. Your head controls where you go. If your head is back here, that's where you're going. And I promise you, ain't nothing back there for you. Whoever the person is, whoever the girlfriend or boyfriend is, leave them where they at. If they're not hitting you, but you thinking about them, what sense that make? They are sleeping, they are grinding, they are making money, they're eating, and they're not thinking about you. And even if they are, you need to be thinking about you 1,000 times more than you're thinking about them. Because that's wasted time that you could be using pouring into the past when you need to be pouring into yourself, pouring into the present. I really wish someone had taken a nail and a hammer and driven that into my head. For a while, I suffered from a constant emotional loop of going back to what was familiar. I was triggered by whatever happened. I know that if I go back to this, then at least I won't have to put myself in a position to feel more uncomfortable or more embarrassed or whatever the case is, because I kind of know what I'm going to get. And also, maybe they've changed. Nah, usually they haven't. And if you're the one who's reaching out to them, reaching from a place of lack instead of, how can I even say it? If you're reaching back, before you do, really sit there and think, am I reaching out for me, for this person? Is there something that's happening right now that I'm trying to compensate for? Is there some part of me that feels less than, and I feel like this person is going to make me more than? Do I feel like going here is going to benefit me in some way, shape, or form? And even if you do have pure intentions, even if you didn't set out to go to the past and cook yourself, you know enough information that if you go looking for something, there may be collateral damage in the going to look for whatever that may be. And let's say that it does go generally okay, you run the risk of damaging yourself, and if you really care that much, damaging that person. People, especially past relationships, friendships, romantic or otherwise, it's like a spidey sense. They can sense when you are activating your highest potential, and it's like something in their brain, just like all the synapses fire, and they're just like, let me go mess this up. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you, don't do it. Don't let them in, bro. If they not been in the gym shooting with you, if they ain't been spotting you, if they ain't been checking your form when you hitting those squats, if they ain't been making sure you're doing them perfect push-ups, if they haven't been telling you to oil your scalp, if they haven't been telling you to use the black castor oil, then they don't deserve your time. They don't. They just don't. People try to come and get you when all the work has been done. And it's just like, man, that's not how this is going. Unless you guys made an agreement before, like, hey, I'm going to do this and you're going to do this, and then we going, okay, that's different. But if that is not the case, you do not get to reap what you ain't sow. Because I have been in here almost myself to rebirth myself. And you do not get to come around after I've destroyed myself and built myself back up and take from me. You don't. Your access has been revoked. I don't know who this is for. Maybe it's for me. Whoever this is for, listen. This is coming from, my father used to say, I'm deadly serious. This is coming from someone who is deadly serious. If you know that whatever you've usually done in the past has resulted in you feeling ashamed or guilty or hurting yourself or hurting someone else, why go back to that? It's so selfish to take the time to place yourself in someone else's life, either moved on or is moving on, and you decide that today at whatever time you're going to insert yourself back into their atmosphere because you feel like it, because you want something. If you use that time to pour into yourself, if you use that time to open a book, whatever it is that you need to do, I promise you that will be so much more beneficial than reopening a wound, than re-triggering yourself, than settling for temporary. Your past is your past for a reason. And if you don't look at whatever that relationship was as a lesson, if you don't look at it as this person that I knew, whether it was romantic or whether it was a friendship, if you don't look at that as a lesson and look at what you can learn from that, see how you showed up from that, you're going to keep repeating those cycles and you're just going to have different teachers. But the teachers are going to be kind of similar because what you do now have is a type. You have a person that will continuously not really meet your needs. And each person you may get a little bit further, but there's going to be more and more lessons that you learn until you learn the lesson that you need to learn. And when you finally do learn the lesson, don't go back for extra credit. Take what you learn, apply it, and really learn about yourself. Really crack a book open on who you are. I was a person, and not even that long ago, was a person who found temporary familiarity to be this, oh my gosh, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to get what I need. And I promise you, every time after I felt like I got what I needed, whatever the information was, whatever the conversation was, it was never really enough up until maybe, I guess, the last time. But it's something that you have to be focused on yourself so that you can't see anything else. You don't want to focus on anything but yourself, because if you focus on your past, you're going to get distracted and you're going to crash. And nobody wants that. Why settle for temporary and feel that lack again, feel that hole again, when you could fill yourself with a new book, with a new hobby, go to that Amish market, that flea market, that thrift store with your friends that you've been waiting on. You know, the cherry blossoms is about to be out. When I was young and my father was teaching me how to drive a car, he made me do this thing where, like, as I'm driving, he's like, every 10 seconds, you should be checking your left, right, and rear view mirror so that at all times you know what's coming. And even to this day, I still do that. If you're not aware of your surroundings, you're not going to be able to clearly move and navigate through where you're headed. And when you look in the rear view, you're not looking to go back driving forward. You're looking to see if it's safe for me to go this other direction. Don't take that and think, oh, I've got to go back. Think about it. Write down maybe how you're feeling. Okay, so when I looked back, how did that make me feel? How did this conversation affect me? How did this situation affect me? What did that bring up in me? How does that apply to today? When I said that if you do that thing and it makes you feel horrible about yourself, you know that in that moment, you don't want to feel like that again. So if you go back to your past, that isn't a constructive, level-headed situation, you're going to get the same outcome every time. It may feel like bliss at first. It may be lit at first, But eventually you're going to find yourself being like, man, I knew this was going to happen. And that'll be a waste of time. It might be more character development for you, but it's just like, how much more character development do you really want, you know?